Hey guys, I guess it's still morning, or maybe it's afternoon. Okay, so I wanted to make a little video about something I observed yesterday on my channel for anybody who's going through this. And I asked Spirit about this. This is why I'm making this video, because I feel like others could be going through this. And I know one TikTok friend that is, because she gets these weird comments on her page that like are just there to almost like attacking her with words, right? But when you go to the account, it's like a fake account. Okay, so yesterday, and there's gonna be a spiritual message in this, but I just want to tell you what happened. Okay, so yesterday I posted a video, or the day before, I think it was the day before, about how sometimes when we awaken spiritually, in fact, I would say more times than not, inevitably there are people that are just going to like fall out of your life, right? Or jobs, or certain aspects of your personality. As the ego dies away, so does anyone who was clinging to your ego. Okay, so that shift and that pivot, which happens, I think, many times in life as we go through rites of passage, as we come from the maiden to the mother to the crone to the goddess, or even in the masculine journey, as you progress to the age of wisdom, okay, the age of your God self, which is very connected to the higher self, okay? So the aspect of you that is divine, as you begin to really realize that, and that happens at different times in everyone's life, by the way, not just, with age, but experience. 144, as I said that, okay? It could be like, you could be in your 20s and relating to what I'm saying, coming to the age of wisdom, because the more authentic you are to yourself, which many young people, I feel, are better at that than some of the, like my generation or even my mom's generation. So the more authentic you are to yourself, the more you could be coming from a place of wisdom, by being authentic, actually. And so some of you guys, you're gonna like really understand what I'm saying already, even in your younger stages, okay? But this is really a message for everyone. So as you come into your awakening, you're gonna have this friction that comes up with people who don't resonate with your true self, and it's because your true self is coming out, right? And you really have your own opinions, and you really have your own ideas of what's important and all of that, and that's fine. And if they only were with you because there was this aspect of you that was always catering to them, okay, then they're not going to stay around. Well, anyway, I made a video about this a couple days ago. You can go back and check it out. It's on YouTube and TikTok. And so on my YouTube channel, it's so weird, the algorithm between the two pages. TikTok's algorithm is so different from YouTube's algorithm. But on my YouTube page, I feel like I do get some good engagement there, just a little bit, okay? And a lot of really good comments, a lot of nice folks, okay, on that side. Once in a while, though, I'll get one of the, what my friend on TikTok calls the bots, right? Where you're like, is that a person? Or are they just here to challenge me? No. So I don't know how to do this. If I can figure out how to put the comment up there, I will, but it doesn't matter. Basically, this person told me that I needed to look more at myself and stop sharing these things, because I'm responsible for my own feelings, and I'm responsible for my own happiness. If I feel lonely, it's my own fault. And then said, don't call the police just because there's a bad cop. And I'm like, okay. And I just said, thank you for your perspective. All right. And it's not worth trying to explain to this person anything, and I understand that. But inside myself, I was like, okay, I think I am honest with myself. I've been through so much, ego destruction and facing my fears, and I'm not, I know that I'm responsible for my own happiness. That's why I have redirected my entire life into what makes me happy. This person doesn't know that, though, right? They don't know me. But never mind that. When I get something like that comes up, I always ask the universe, like, what are you showing me? 444, okay? And I always know there's like a duality, because that's just how it works. And I was like, okay, I'm paying attention, and I just thank them for their perspective. I understand it's not worth the engagement with this person, right? They're going to figure out whatever they got to figure out. And I just said, okay, I'm not going to let it bother me, which, by the way, for a sensitive person is really challenging, you guys, because I'm super sensitive. But I was like, I'm not going to let it bother me. I know I'm speaking my truth, and that's the bottom line. Here I am. This is what I have to say. It doesn't have to make everybody happy. It's just my story, right? And the very next day, I get up and there's the complete opposite message from someone completely different who said, I needed this message so much. Thank you for sharing it. And she was dealing with challenges with her mother and her sister over her spiritual rising. And I'm like, wow, talk about the universe just like boom, boom, okay? Like showing you the negative, showing you the positive, showing you the opposites. And I feel like we can learn from any of that. So that was the approach that I took on that, was just, okay, what do I need to learn about myself with this? And what do I need to learn in general about the universe and people, okay? But that being said, it did lead me to a message from Spirit. And my angel said to me, she said, don't you think that, there are people that are being sent just to discourage you? And I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before. You know what I mean? And it reminded me of, I'm going to tag her in this Dolphin Eyes, of some of the stuff she goes through when she goes live and she's posting like the orbs and the UAPs and all the stuff. And she'll have normal good engagement, but then she'll also have these like trolls that are just like on there just making ugly comments. And it's like, well, okay, don't follow the channel if you don't like it. Why get on to be ugly, right? It doesn't matter. It's not worth like pursuing, because that's their journey and she knows that and I know that. But it does make you question if there's something in the algorithm of any social media that allows these little kind of whatevers, I'm not going to call them a name, to come in and trigger you. Now, the funny thing about the universe is it doesn't matter, because it still teaches you your shadow. Does that make sense? It still made me go within and say, am I, understanding myself enough and doing my own reflection? I'm going to go in and do that anyway. That's just how I approach life. Thanks to Mary Magdalene, she taught me that. She taught me to be okay with like examining the aspects of myself that need healing. So that's what I did with that comment. But I do think it's kind of a little interesting, kind of universal, back real fast. Someone else immediately needed the message, because I think the ones who are rising now into their spiritual awareness, okay, and there's many, I feel like you all on some level are going to be called to share something, whether it's a little story, art, anything creative right now is being stirred, because that's the expression of the goddess and the feminine energy, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're on a feminine journey in this life or not. This could apply to everyone, okay? Anything creative is an expression of the feminine goddess energy and is coming from Mother Earth, okay? And so why I'm saying this is I think that as we all get that calling and we start to kind of come to the place of being open enough to share, which a lot of people are too afraid to do, you guys. Like there's a ton awakening that don't post on social media, that don't engage with anybody. Some are just very much like hermits, okay? And I love to be home, so I totally get that. But there's this other part of me that's like, no, share. Help people understand, okay, what you've learned through the shadows, okay? I do think that's why the dark feminine is so important, because it's just complete denial of the story here if you don't embrace your shadow self, if you don't look at yourself. And so, as you do, and as I do, let's not fear what others will think of us, okay? Because someone can benefit from your story. They can benefit from your learning from your mistakes. They can benefit from learning from your authenticity. It doesn't mean you have to share everything, but if you do, someone can benefit from that. And don't worry if you have little negative comments on your page. Happens to me, and I'm still posting, you guys. I'm not going to stop telling my story. I looked at that instantly as like a sign, I'm striking a nerve, aren't I? I'm talking about some things that the other side doesn't want me to say, but I said it. So I was like, okay, all right, I hear you. And I can tell you for freaking sure, when you connect to the goddess energy, 1010, as I said that, she will not be silenced. She will not, okay? And so it doesn't matter what anybody says or thinks about you. Tell your story. Speak your truth. Let them have their negative comments, okay? It's okay. They don't judge you. They don't get to judge you. Remember, it's a mirror here. Everything reflects back. So I let that comment make me look at myself better and see if I can work on things, right? And then at the same time, I'm like, okay, and now I'm going to leave that. I'm going to self-reflect and thank God for the lesson. And I'm just going to close that door, and I'm not going to let it take my joy, and I'm going to keep posting. Does that make sense? So I don't know if you need to hear that or not. I'm going to pull a few little cards. But I just want everyone to know that you're loved and accepted the way that you are. God loves you. The angelics love you. The interdimensionals love you. 1111, as I said all that. The extraterrestrials love you. That doesn't make every being good. There are some that are not choosing good, but most are, okay? One of my very dearest friends, she's like my abuela, okay? But I feel like, you know, she has that godmother energy. And I have two amazing godmothers in this life too, by the way. But I would also consider her one. She told me one thing her mother taught her was that most people are good. It doesn't mean bad things won't happen, but as you journey through your life and you're out and about, trust that most want the same things that you want. Safety, happiness, joy, acceptance, peace, right? And that has always helped me. That has always stayed with me. I'm making the videos for those who need it. And it's okay if not everybody does. And it's okay if I'm triggering them, and it's okay if they trigger me, because we can all learn. Ooh, guys, it's about to pay off. Did y'all see that? So see the honesty. Happily ever after. You guys. Wow. Spiritual awakening, intuition. Wow, you guys. Ice Queen, don't back down. What? You guys, at 12:46, I'm 46 this year, okay? Don't back down. See, I struck a nerve. Well, good. I will gladly strike their nerves to speak for the rising truth. Something is taking time, okay? Some things take time. That's right. Hold on. You want one of these? Okay. They're telling me to give you guys an animal. So if this message ends up resonating with you, you must have gone through something similar as me, and it's about to pay off happily ever after. So your dream life, 333, as I said, that is going to be by following your intuition. Don't back down, okay? Don't worry about their stuff. Some things take time, okay? And that's okay. Guys, twice the fox. Look, it's about to pay off. You're going to be blessed for being honest, okay? Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Yes, look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. That's right. The fox is clever, isn't he? The fox is so important to me. I actually remembered an Akashic memory of a past life that I had as a fox. Guys, the next one. Okay. And it was so joyful. And they're so clever and fast. And, you know, I think cleverness is what I'm hearing here. All right, infinite possibilities. I love unicorns. And I always talk about the unicorn and the Pegasus. I have a Pegasus in my dreams when I need help, okay, that comes and brings me out of the depths, right? It says, you are sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirit's flight. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. Guys, See, so we're on the cusp of something so beautiful. Guys, the next one. Miracles. Look. Hummingbird, you are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. I love this. Guys, I'll try to, I don't know, it's such a big collage. It's hard to, you know, it's hard to spread them all out and get them where everybody can see them, but these are so beautiful. Okay, the next one. See the tiger? Fire. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Yes. Mighty forces come to my aid. Wow. And I'm getting that a lot. I got that the other day. Actually, I stumbled across this page of this guy. I like him. There's something about him. I think during the day he has like his own business, but at night he gets on live and just does little readings, and he's just, something about him had this vibe of like my dad, and I think that's what drew me to him. And the message was so beautiful, and everybody that was on just had such a great time. And we could do that. You guys just have to tell me if you're interested in that. We could do a little, I go on live and we can do some readings, but just, I need to know if it's something that you guys would want, any of my viewers. But I jumped on his live, loved it so much. We had a great time. And he said something so important without knowing me at all. He said, there's someone very ancient here, and they are being heavily guarded and protected. And I knew it was my dad, okay? Like I could just feel it was him, okay? And that's the message I get from this tiger, okay? Like, mighty forces come to my aid. This is not just about me, you guys. This is about you. See, there are so many being called and awakened right now. Masses, okay? That's why it's a little bit chaotic right now. And as that happens, they're going to have courage to speak up and be themselves and be authentic in the little and big ways. Little things that happen in our day-to-day life where we're called to speak up, and the big things, okay? And that takes courage. And the reason it's important to know that you're guarded is because it is risky business, in the sense of coming to the place of being okay with letting people fall off and out of your life that aren't for you, and receiving what is for you, okay? So just know, and this man said it when I jumped in on the reading, he said they are heavily protected. And I knew it was me, because I have been told that all of my life. And I'm sure there's others. I'm sure you're going to hear this and know, but I'm talking about you, okay? That have been sent here to deliver these key codes, to speak them, to share this information that God has given us so that we can help as much as possible. That is an assignment, okay? That's why you'll know what I'm talking about. You will feel called to share, and you may not even know why. Like when you're filming the orbs, or when you're filming the UAPs, or when you're getting a message, or you have a dream, or anything like that, okay? You don't know all the reasons why you're called to share. 1818, as I said that. But you know that you're called to share. And that's what happens with me. And usually God gives me a confirmation of that, like he did with the woman, okay? And I always say, if I help just one person, then I did something, okay? And that makes me happy. So freedom, the horse, see, keeps coming up. Beautiful. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. There's your confirmation. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Yes, indeed. And you too. Okay. Call upon these spirit animals, guys. Fox, unicorn, hummingbird, tiger, horse. See, that's fire, protection, freedom, creativity, cleverness. Everything we need, okay? One more, where? Okay. Intuitive. Oh, the duck. I love ducks. Ducks are a dragon meaning, by the way. Listen to the song in your soul. Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Beautiful. Very beautiful. There are ancient dragons that used to have like feathers like ducks. They would kind of appear like ducks. And they're beautiful. So when I see a duck, I always think of a dragon. So when you see a flock of ducks flying over you, might be a dragon. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these. Let's do one more. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and listening to my stories and my readings and my messages from Spirit. Thank you. I appreciate you. Those comments really do help, because look what happened. That's why I also try to comment and support on other people's pages, because I know what it's like to put yourself out there and not get feedback. It's hard. So I give feedback on people's pages when I'm there. I'm like, thank you for what you're doing. Even if I don't 100% even understand everything, it doesn't matter. I just appreciate that they're being authentic and bold. I'm like, go. Green light. Okay. Machu Picchu. 3rd time this week, you guys. Okay. Peru. I'm going to have to research this. I keep being called to flash the ancient symbols. Okay. So here we go. Oh, upside down. Sorry. So I'm being called to show these again. Peru. Machu Picchu. Let's go. I said this in the video I made the other day. I gave you guys a meditation technique with the water crystals to help you connect to Machu Picchu, even if you can't travel there physically. Okay? It's important. So imagine this crystal in your mind. Close your eyes, or you can do it with your eyes open in a safe location where you're not driving, okay? And I just want you to see this crystal in your imagination and watch what happens. And if you want to go check out my video that I did about it the other day, you'll love it. I talk about some of the things my guides showed me when I did that. Okay, autumn protection. This represents the protection of the falling leaves. You are protected. Earth covers you. That's earth protection. Okay, you're protected from the winter. Prosperity. You guys, look at this. I'm going to do 2 more. Spirit is saying 2 more. So all this authenticity and sharing and creating content that's important to you. Don't worry about if anybody else is going to like it. Just do you, okay? Create the content you like, whatever it is, okay? And don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid if people don't like it, okay? Lungs, healing the lungs, gratitude. So this is going to lead to some healing for you, okay? Money and healing. And prosperity can look different ways. But Machu Picchu is very ancient, okay? So we're talking about connecting to ancient energy. What did I say? I'm an ancient soul, highly protected. So are you. 2244, as I said that. Highly protected. That's that autumn fall one. That represents earth protection from the falling leaves. How it protects the roots of all the trees, okay? So you have root protection. You have your ancestors. Machu Picchu. Okay? Which are bringing prosperity and healing you. Lungs, heart. See, that's all. Lungs and heart chakra are all together. They're healing your heart. Okay? And that whole energetic area from your authenticity. Yeah, confidence. Look. Look how beautiful, guys. Confidence. That's what it looks like when you say confidence to water. Beautiful. 2 more. Peace of mind, wisdom. Guys, beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. They're telling me to do 1 more and then show you this. Right brain, creativity. Yep. Get in the creator mode, guys. And don't be influenced by other people's negativity, okay? It's okay. We still love them. We're not judging them, but we don't have to feel the way they feel. We can be ourselves. We came to bring joy, remember? It literally said, you came to bring joy. So, do it, you know? And don't worry about how other people perceive it. Where's my Hathor? Okay, they're saying for me to play the little Hathor instrument. This is like a system from Egypt. It's her way of putting the blessing on this video. Let me show you this. She's saying to bring this in. I'm gonna do one more. This is an obsidian and quartz singing bowl. I love it for clearing the heavy energy, you guys. Wow. 100% works every time. Such a powerful crystal. All right. I think that's it. I love you guys so much. I hope this helps someone. I hope it reaches whoever it needs to reach. Be yourself and don't worry about what comments you're going to get about that. Just know that we love you and the collective needs you and you need you, okay? And this is your chance to be yourself, not anyone else. It doesn't matter how many times you've reincarnated here, what the other stories were. This is the current story you are living. That's it. You know, even Dolores Cannon talks about that in her method that I practice here at my business. The most important life you're living is right now, okay? So even if we identify with all these other lifetimes, still, we are ourselves in this one. We're bringing all that wisdom into this one. So be yourself, love yourself, and don't worry if others don't like you or don't understand you, or if you get those little negative bot comments. We don't know who's doing them. It doesn't matter. Be yourself. You are heavily guarded, very protected, okay? And you are free, okay? And yeah, Ice Queen, don't back down. I love it. Love you guys so much. Bye.